you already know, I'm Alla Lebedeva, and here is Natalia Chevanna, the best musician ever. All music that you hear in the stories are due to her. Thank you, Natalia.
Thank you as well. Now we'll hear a new story, and please have fun.
Thank you, Natalia. Okay, so if you look at this map, you will see that our country stretches from the very west to the very east. So the first story was from the eastern part, from the European part of Russia. So the second story is from the Asian part of Russia. Here you can see a huge lake, the biggest lake in Asia, full of crystal pure water. So this place is called Buryatia, the lake is called Baikal, and the place is called Buryatia. And the next story comes from the lake Baikal. This story happened many, many years ago, when the rainbow sang and animals talked to children. There lived a shaman. A shaman is a wizard. So, shamans know a lot about nature. Usually they're very kind. They help people, they cure animals. But this shaman was a really wicked one. With his bad magic, he made all the animals in the woods serve him. Little hares brought him berries. Huge bears brought him honey. And even scary wolves caught fish for him, putting their long tails into the lake Baikal. And those who didn't obey, the wicked shaman killed with his bad magic. And do you think he had ever said a good word to animals? No, never. The only word they heard was "gyak, gyak, gyak," which actually means faster, faster, faster. So everybody called him Shaman Gyak. And this wicked shaman had one more servant, a little orphan girl. He didn't have mom or dad, so she had to live with the shaman and serve him for little food. She had a special duty. Every morning, she took 2 big buckets and went to the woods to collect polka dots, toadstools. I guess you know them, the very poisonous mushrooms with red tops and white spots on it. So, you know what? For his wicked magic, Shaman Gag had to eat 2 buckets of polka dots every day. So, that day, as usual, the little girl took her buckets and went into the forest. She looked here and there, but she couldn't find the mushrooms. She had to go further and further on until her buckets were full. She looked around. She was lost. She didn't know the way home. Poor girl started to cry. She knew if she came later, she would be beaten. She cried and cried when suddenly she heard a roar, and a huge bear appeared from the woods. But she wasn't scared. You know what? All the animals in the woods were the girl's best friends. She always had a kind word to everybody. So this bear was her best friend. "Stop crying," said the bear. "Jump onto my back, I'll take you home." The girl wiped her eyes, jumped onto the bear's white back, and they went home singing the song of friendship. I have to tell you something else about Shaman Gek. Shaman Gek hated love and friendship. When he saw love or friendship, he became sick and ill and weak. So, when Shaman Gek saw the bear and the girl singing happily, he became really angry and he killed the bear on the spot. Poor girl, she was in despair. Her best friend was killed helping her. She cried and cried and cried and she couldn't stop. Suddenly, she felt someone touch her. She looked down. It was a tiny mouse. "Stop crying, dear girl," said the mouse. "You better ask the moon for the water of life. This water of life will bring your bear back to life." The girl jumped onto her feet, ready to run. But where? The moon is too high to run to. What to do? How to talk to the moon? Maybe ask birds, but they don't fly that high. Suddenly, the girl got an idea. Every night, the moon comes to the lake to have a good swim. I'll talk to her at night. So the moon sat at the bank of the lake, waiting for the night. Meanwhile, Shaman Gek started to searching the girl, but he didn't find her. With his bad magic, he found the girl on the bank of the lake, and with the same evil magic, he found out her plan. He felt really sick. It was pure love. He was starting to become really weak and sick. Suddenly, he also got a really, really wicked idea. Ha! He said to himself. I'll drink all the water from the lake Baikal. So when the moon jumps down, it will be broken in billion pieces. And the nights will be always dark, really suitable for the worst magic. So Shaman ran to the lake Baikal and started drinking, drinking, drinking the water. Gak, 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 he said to himself. Faster, faster, faster. So, when the night came, only few drops of water left in the lake. When the moon appeared in the sky, the girl shouted, "Stop! Stop, dear moon! Please don't jump down!" But you can imagine how high the sky is. The moon jumped down. The moon jumped down, but it landed straight onto Shaman Gek, who was as huge as a mountain full of water, but very soft as a water mattress. So, when the moon jumped down and fell onto Shaman Gek, it didn't hurt herself, and the shaman popped, and all the water returned into the lake. The moon had a very good swim, and after that the girls approached the moon. "Dear moon," she said, "please give me some water of life." And the moon answered, "Yes, my dear girl, you can have some water, but if you take it, you won't be able to live on the earth any longer. You'll have to go up high in the sky with me." "Yes, yes, please," said the girl. "Give me some water of life." "Take a bucket and scoop me from the lake," said the moon, "and then pour the water onto your friend, the bear." The girl took the bucket, scooped the water from the lake, and ran as fast as she could to her friend bear and poured the water onto him. The bear came back to life. I have been sleeping for too long, he said. Then the girl gave a big hug to the bear and said goodbye to all her friends in the forest, and then went up high to the moon, went up high to the sky with the moon. So, even now, when you look at the moon at night, you will see there a little girl looking down and smiling and waving to her friends, living happily in the forest with no shaman. And after the girl greets her friends, she runs to play with her new moon friends. And you know what? I want to tell you about these friends. But that's another story.